In 1596, Benkos Biohó was sold into slavery in Cartagena, Colombia. However, just 3 years later, he led a daring escape and established the first free community in the Americas. What happened next? Benkos Biohó, a name echoing in the history of the struggle for freedom, became a symbol of resistance for enslaved people throughout the Americas. Born into a Mandinka family in West Africa, he endured the brutal realities of slavery. In 1596, he and his family were sold to Alonso de Campos in Cartagena de Indias, a prominent port in New Granada, now Colombia. This marked the beginning of a journey filled with suffering, yet also heroism. In the early 17th century, Cartagena became a major center for the Spanish Empire's slave trade. Yet, while thousands were trapped in ships enduring a life of torment, Benkos Biohó refused to accept such a fate. In 1599, he, along with about 30 other enslaved individuals, made a bold escape into the swamps southeast of Cartagena. There, they founded the first free community in the Americas, known as Palenque de La Matuna. This not only allowed them to escape the horrors of slavery, but also marked the beginning of an independent culture where those who had once been enslaved could live freely and recreate their lives. The Palenque de La Matuna community served not just as a refuge, but became a symbol of resistance against colonial oppression. Benkos Biohó led this struggle with fierce determination and bravery. To defend their autonomous territory, he organized defenses against continual attacks from Spanish colonizers. The essence of freedom that Benkos and his people forged was invaluable and not easily relinquished. In 1605, the governor of Cartagena, Jerónimo de Suazo y Casasola, recognized the potential for a peace negotiation with Benkos. He proposed a treaty that acknowledged the autonomy of Palenque de La Matuna. In the years that followed, under the leadership of Governor Diego Fernández de Velasco, the official treaty was signed in 1612, marking a significant step forward for the self-determination of the local people. Although colonial rule remained strong, the government's recognition provided some space for the community's development. However, those peaceful days didn't last long. In 1619, Benkos Biohó was arrested one afternoon as he returned to Cartagena. This event marked a fateful turning point in his life. The new governor of Cartagena, Garcia Girón, ordered Benkos' arrest, accusing him of continuing to organize resistance activities. Ultimately, Benkos Biohó was sentenced to death. His execution took place on March 16, 1621, when he was hanged and publicly dismembered in Cartagena. His tragic death not only ended the life of a resistance leader, but was also recorded as a milestone for the courage and strength of enslaved people yearning for freedom. Clearly, Benkos Biohó is more than just a name in history. He became a symbol of the fight against injustice and slavery. His story stands as proof of the indomitable spirit of freedom, a source of inspiration for future generations. From Palenque de La Matuna to later free communities across the Americas, the spirit of Benkos Biohó lives on. Can we learn from this historical lesson, and what actions can we take to continue the fight for freedom and justice in the present and future? That question remains, awaiting those brave enough to pursue the path of truth and freedom.